In this video, we're going to be looking at several random yo-yos with unique features, ranging from yo-yos that function like a video game to ones that can be used with other toys. And along the way, I'll probably attempt a few tricks with them. So with that said, let's get started. Okay, so I've got the first yo-yo right here, and it's called the RPM. And at first glance, it looks pretty normal. That is, until you flip it over and find a whole screen on it. And this screen is able to display your yo-yo stats, almost like a video game. Underneath it, there are 3 buttons, and you use this middle one to select from different modes. So right now I have it set to measure how fast the yo-yo spins. Okay, that time it spun for 165 miles an hour. That's about as quick as the world's fastest roller coaster. Some of the other modes on this yo-yo let you track things like how many loops you can do in a certain amount of time, or how long you can get it to spin for. And a nice little bonus feature is that this yo-yo actually remembers your high scores, giving you a little incentive to one-up yourself. Personally, I will graciously admit that my looping skills are a tad lacking, and right now my high score for 15 seconds is only 20 loops, which I feel like is a little low, so I'm gonna try and beat that right now. Okay, that's time. Let's see what we got. Oh, what? Generally speaking, yo-yos come in 2 shapes. You've got Imperial with a narrow string gap, and Butterfly with a wide string gap. So it figures if you want to use a different shape, you'd have to use a different yo-yo. Well, enter the Morph Master. Maybe the name gives it away, but basically it has these orange buttons on the sides and you press them in to release the 2 halves, then you flip them over and reattach them. And boom! The yo-yo has just morphed from an Imperial shape to a butterfly shape, giving you the best of both worlds. Now I'll admit, it does feel a bit rickety when it spins, but I can easily look past that for having such a cool feature. Hold up, I want to try something real quick. No way. What would you even call this, like a Butterperial or something? I don't know, but the real question is, can it do a trick like this? Okay, that's actually really impressive. But when it comes to the special feature of this next yo-yo, it's not exactly a particular function or mechanism, but rather the noise it makes. This is the stainless steel Whistler. Yes, you heard that right, a yo-yo that whistles. It has a stainless steel body, but the inside is actually completely hollow, and each half has 6 of these small holes on the inside. This way, when the yo-yo's spinning, the holes catch the air just right and make a whistling sound. And while I'm super eager to test it out, there's just one problem. What? Yeah, I don't actually have this yo-yo. You see, this yo-yo came out all the way back in 2011 for just $20. However, it was discontinued several years ago, making it extremely rare nowadays. But a while back, I was just browsing eBay, and I actually found a listing for one for 50 bucks. Nice, now we just have to wait a few days and we can test out this yo-yo. Well, a few days turned into a few weeks, which turned into a whole month, and the yo-yo was nowhere to be found. So I reached out to the seller, they kindly apologized and said they would send me a second yo-yo since the first one probably got lost or something. Hey, all good, just means we have to wait a few extra days to try out this yo-yo. Well, a few extra days turned into a few extra weeks, which turned into a whole extra month, and still no yo-yo. So I reached out to the seller again, but this time they just ghosted me. Man, forget this, I'm contacting eBay and I'm getting my money back. Yeah, and while most people would probably give up here, I had to know what this yo-yo sounded like. So out of pure delusion, I searched eBay again and somehow found a different listing for $60. Not only did this package actually arrive, but the yo-yo was safe and sound, and the seller even included these crazy looking strings. Actually, thank you, because you just saved this segment. So, after spending over $100 and waiting over 2 months, was it worth it? This thing better sound like Mozart. Okay, this next yo-yo is gonna have to be like a unicorn to make up for that. And I think we're in luck because that's actually the name of it. At first glance, it looks and functions just like any other advanced yo-yo. However, you can buy these different caps for it that snap into each side of the yo-yo, giving it new functionality. This is like yo-yo DLC. I've got 3 different caps here. It looks like these ones are meant to resemble the tip of those spin top toys that you can spin in your palm. So let's see if they give the yo-yo that ability.
Ooh, that is so cool. What?
There's also these ones which are just flat, so not too sure what the point is. Although I did notice they make the yo-yo a bit heavier, giving it better stability and spin power during tricks, which is a good thing, except... Wait, how do I get these off? Yeah, this is the one small gripe that I have with this feature. If you ever want to swap the caps, it's just kind of a process, because in order to remove just one of them, the instructions say to unscrew the yo-yo, remove the bearing and axle, then stick a whole air pump in the axle hole, wrap it in Teflon tape to seal it, and finally, you start pumping. Now that we got that off, I can show you this last cap, which has a pointy tip. And it functions pretty similar to the spin top cap, it's just a little bit more subtle. Okay, but I've got a special idea that I want to test out with these caps. Now, if you're watching this video and thinking, you know what, this whole yo-yo thing might be fun to try out. Well, unfortunately, if you try searching for a regular beginner yo-yo nowadays, you just get bombarded with countless options and run the risk of choosing one that's either too complicated, cheap quality, or way overpriced. And by that point, you're just left confused and frustrated. But this is where I'd like to introduce you to the Spin Star Yo-Yo. The Spin Star Yo-Yo is everything a beginner yo-yo should be. It's simple, durable, and affordable. Just a straightforward yo-yo that will actually help you learn. Whether you're just trying to get the yo-yo to come back up to your hand,
Oh, that was close, that was close.
or progressing through iconic beginner tricks. As someone who's been yo-yoing for over 10 years, the Spin Star is my personal recommendation for beginners. In fact, anytime one of my friends asks me to teach them how to yo-yo for the first time, I always give them this yo-yo. And then just throw the yo-yo out, okay, just like that.
Yeah, that's it, bro. Let's go, let's go.
Hey ladies, back up.
Right now, the Spin Star is available on my online yo-yo shop, lucasdeckeryoyo.com, and it even comes bundled with an additional 5 spare strings, so if you ever need to replace the string, you'll be covered. Click the first link in the description below to grab your Spin Star and start learning. And while you're waiting for it to arrive in the mail, let's check out some more of these unique yo-yos. Okay, now you know those toy cars where you pull them back to wind them up, and once you let go, they launch forward? Well, here's a yo-yo that uses that exact same technology, and it's called the Vortex Spin. To use it, you actually have to unwind the yo-yo, then you roll it towards you on a flat surface, and when you lift up the yo-yo, it'll start spinning as if you had just thrown it. I'm not going to sit here and say it's the most practical thing, but it's pretty fun to fidget with. Now you'd think that if you let go of the yo-yo while it's on the table, it would also launch forward, but oddly enough, it just stays in place and only the side caps spin. Gotta say though, I really appreciate these rubber grips on the edge since they give you great traction when you charge it up. Very smart design. You just have to be careful when you're doing tricks because if the rubber part even slightly touches your hand or any part of your body, it'll come to an immediate halt. So I'll use that to make a challenge out of it and do a trick where the yo-yo gets super close to my arm. I just gotta get it spinning real quick. Now, I'm not too sure if this next yo-yo really belongs in this video, but honestly, I just really wanted an excuse to show it to you, so I'll make this quick. It's called the Shooting Star, and it comes in this crazy looking see-through rainbow color. I don't know, just something about it looks so majestic and satisfying. It's like someone took Rainbow Road and slapped it on a yo-yo. Now I completely understand why you might not consider a cool color to be much of a gimmick or a feature, but I know you're at least wondering what it looks like when it spins. Now take a close look at this next yo-yo and try to guess its special feature. Okay, well, if you didn't get it, maybe it'll be more obvious when I put this yo-yo next to it. Okay, basically those little dimples on the inside of the yo-yo are the exact same size as the studs on a Lego brick, making both yo-yos compatible with Lego. This first one's called the Show Pony, and it has a single stud in the center, which is good for attaching smaller Lego parts. I like using these tiny cone pieces with the hole on top because they let you attach other details to the yo-yo, like massive flames, pointy spikes, shiny gems, or even lightsabers. I could go on forever, but I haven't even mentioned this other yo-yo called the Block. And this one has 4 studs in the center, which are in the same orientation you'd see on a regular Lego brick. And this is better for attaching larger parts and is just a bit more versatile in general.
Wow.
Like if you attach this round piece, it'll let you connect a massive drill bit, or how about using this triple connector to attach 3 massive swords on both sides. Okay, this has gotta be illegal somewhere. But a 1 million trillion billion IQ move would be to take one of these spinning pieces and attaching them to both sides. And lastly, who's to stop you from connecting one of these square plates to the yo-yo and just straight up building a house on it? Check this out, on the inside I gave him a little kitchen and a small bed. He's even got a neighbor to go on the other side of the yo-yo. Now in order for this last yo-yo to make sense, I first have to show you this yo-yo called the 9 Dragons. This is a yo-yo that lets you hold on to it while it continues to spin. This opens up the door for some insanely cool tricks that are otherwise impossible with a regular yo-yo. It can also be used as a tool to help you learn more advanced tricks. So if there's a tricky movement you're working on, you can just grab the yo-yo mid-trick to help you land it. And I'm a pretty simple dude, so sometimes I'll just put it on the floor and watch it spin. Now for a while, these features were exclusive to the 9 Dragons, but that's no longer the case. So for this final yo-yo, I want to introduce the 99 Dragons. This is like the iPhone Pro of the 9 Dragons. It can do all the same things the regular version can, but better. The key improvements are these stainless steel weight rings that give the yo-yo a bit more heft and spin power on the string. They also give the yo-yo that premium aesthetic, which is further aided by this incredibly detailed artwork. This one's even got printed dragon scales in the string gap. But one of my favorite improvements is that the 99 Dragons just sounds a lot nicer than the original. So to summarize, the 9 Dragons is your more affordable base model, while the 99 Dragons gives you a more premium experience with enhanced performance. But honestly, you really can't go wrong with either. So I've got them both available on my online yo-yo shop, which I'll have linked in the description below so you can pick out which model is best for you. Just keep in mind they are meant for more intermediate and advanced tricks, so if you're just starting out, I'd recommend dipping your toe in the water with a beginner yo-yo first. Now with all that said, I don't necessarily have one specific trick in mind to cap off this video, so I say we end it with a 9 Dragons trick montage.